the total global population of diabetes sufferers, these figures suggest that 1 in 3 of that population now lives in China. The researchers are talking about a catastrophe. Worryingly, they believe that many of those who are suffering don't know that they're suffering, so therefore they're not getting the necessary treatment. And of course, diabetes puts you at higher risk of things like heart attack and stroke. But you're absolutely right. They believe that lying behind these figures is a social change in China as the country's got richer, so lifestyles have changed, and most importantly, diets have changed as well.
What about the implications? Every country going through diabetes talks about the pressures on the health system and therefore the cost to central government. Can China embrace the reality coming down the track with these kind of numbers?
Well, it's clearly going to be a huge challenge, as well as this finding that more than 100 million people in China are suffering at the moment from diabetes. The study also shows that something like 40% of the adult population between the ages of 18 and 29 are in a pre-diabetes stage, suggesting that they are at risk of developing the disease later in life. And those numbers are for a health system like China, which is already struggling, is in many parts of the country under-resourced, going to be a real challenge. But it's I think a lot of people think that the hope for China is that it can start to act with public information and do what other countries have done in terms of go through the cycle of public health information and try to get people to change their lifestyles. There's a very interesting cartoon in one of the Chinese papers today in the South China Morning Post showing a patient speaking to his doctor, asking the doctor, is there a cure for diabetes? And the doctor says, yes, poverty.